How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Thursday, January the 9th, 2025. It's your man, Big D, and I'm back with another one. Before I speak on this next topic, I would like to thank all of you good people that continue to show support to my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, my son sent me a Facebook short video, and in this video, it basically talked about generational wealth, and it went on to talk about very famous people that we all know very well. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. And during the course of this video, you learned something that was very, very instrumental. And I remember when I was a young man growing up, my mother didn't teach me anything about generational wealth. She didn't know anything about generational wealth. All my mother knew was work hard, even if it meant having 2 jobs, pay all your bills on time, satisfy the obligations that you said that you would take care of, i.e. buying a house, i.e. a light bill, i.e. a car note. So my mom always said any obligation or agreement that you make with somebody that you're going to get something, but you got to pay them on time. And my mama was a stickler when it came down to building credit. Pay your bills on time, go to work hard, do what you need to do. That was my mother's definition of generational wealth. But as we look further into the very construct of generational wealth, we must first understand that for any amount of generational wealth to be considered wealth, it simply has to be passed down by at least one generation. And moreover, there is no definitive number that constitutes generational wealth, because wealth is relative. So you must understand that wealth can come in the form of real estate, a house, property, vacant land. It could come it could be an antique car perhaps, jewelry. So anything that has an intrinsic value that's passed down to someone else, that could be understood to be generational wealth. So family, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share this video with you and let you all, kind of check it out. And I was going to come back and let you all know what I thought about it. So let's go ahead and check it out.
How much money did Bill Gates' father have? He was a millionaire in Seattle. Let's say he was worth $2 million. What's the most he could have given his son? He ain't gonna give him all his money. So maybe Jeff Bezos' parents lent him 100 grand or 150 grand. That's not the thing. It's that the Bill Gates dad was the most powerful lawyer in Seattle. Bill Gates still is dealing with guys that his dad introduced him to when he was 12. Warren Buffett, second generation, Omaha, Nebraska. His grandfather is one of the most powerful judges. Imagine your dad is a judge in LA and you want to get into real estate. And he starts going, judges are powerful because they got the power to destroy people's freedom. It's like, yo, meet my son Raymond. Your Honor, one day he might want to do some real estate deals. You might want to answer the phone and lend him some money. It's not that rich parents give their kids money. They give them their contact book.
So what we found out is this, family, is that a lot of times we as parents, we want to try to leave our children material things. We want to try to leave them cars, houses, money, jewelry. We most times we work so hard to give our children the things that our parents didn't give us. And no, there are no perfect parents. There are situations where, you may have want to have done more for your children, but you just couldn't. But I believe this. What's more important to me than generational wealth is legacy. Because legacy is what is going to carry your generation on for years to come after I've left this place, after you've left this place. And when you have legacy, see, legacy is the foundation that all things are built on. And just like the gentleman said in this video, it ain't all about money, it's about connections. And that is the difference between white folks and us. See, white folks understand that if as a father, if I turn my son on to Judge so-and-so, or to District Attorney so-and-so, or perhaps billionaire so-and-so, that connection is going to be something that's going to keep his son secure, even when the father has passed on. Because white folks believe that if they do good business with John, John's a good guy. Oh wow, John, oh, this is little Raymond. Oh wow, Raymond is sharp. Raymond is a polite, well-mannered young man. Guess what? When Raymond dad and them passed away, and now Raymond, 23, 24 years old, and he wants to go borrow some money from this man that his daddy introduced him to, or perhaps this man's son, because perhaps maybe, this man is no longer living. The guy that Raymond dad introduced him to is dead, but his son is not. So now, because of those connections, Raymond can get a loan and start a company. He can start a company. So I believe that legacy supersedes generational wealth, because if you have legacy, you will have generational wealth. If the legacy tree is strong. And what I mean by that is this: not only do you instill value into your children, not only do you try to teach them the best you can between right and wrong. And the reason why I say the best you can, because you can't show me no perfect parent. There is no perfect parent walking the face of the earth. So sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. But the fact of the matter is that at some point, you got to have a good foundation. And if you build a house on a solid foundation, the house will stand for generations to come. So legacy is far more important than generational wealth. Now, connections is sometimes far more valuable than money. Because you can have a connection with Elon Musk and he got it, and Elon Musk was cool with your daddy, or Elon Musk's daddy was cool with your dad. So now if you need something, Elon gonna look out. So you must understand how you interact with people, how you treat people, how you deal with people. That's going to determine the connections that you make. That's why I always try to, introduce, not just per se my son, but other folk that say, I know people that can give them a hand, a plumber, an electrician, a mechanic. I try to, the people that deserve it, because you can't go giving your connections to any old folk, because you give your connections to the wrong person, and that person go and do business with one of your connections you introduce them to, and now this person screw your connect over. Guess what? Now your connect gonna have a problem with you. Your connect gonna say, well, you told me to look out for this person, and I did, and they screwed me. So that's why it's important. You just can't give your value connections to anybody. You must be very careful. And I liken connections to my resources. My wealth is a resource. The connections that I have with people, the relationships that I have with other businessmen in my county, that's a connection. And that, my friend, is sometimes more valuable than money. I believe if you leave knowledge, you leave integrity, you leave work ethic, it's no doubt in my mind, those are the very pinnacles of what legacy is. And through legacy, the generational wealth will come. But we must also understand that some of our children are not going to do the right thing. Some of our children are lazy. Some of our children expect for the parent, just because a parent have worked their behind off and risked their lives and did all this and that, they still expect their parents supposed to just give it to them. And easy come, easy go. Like my mom always said, if somebody give you something, you will never really know the value of what it takes to keep it. And you will squander it away. And there's an old saying that a fool and his money will soon depart. So you got to understand that not just your children, but because you have some wealthy folk that don't have no children, but they have people that remind that is like a son or daughter to them. You know, the odd thing is this: there is a lot of wealthy white folk that they are determined that they're not going to spoil their children, because for whatever the reason, they believe that their children are already spoiled and they're not going to leave them millions and millions of dollars for their children to destroy themselves, because parents know that if I leave my son or daughter this, all they're going to do is snort it, smoke it, shoot it up. And it will be to their demise and their detriment. So you know what these white folks say? I'll leave it to my dog, to my pets. There's some cats out there that are millionaires. There's some dogs out there that are millionaires. If you don't believe me, there's a show on Netflix. I forget the name of it, but it's about a dog, a German Shepherd, that is a millionaire. Now, obviously, we and I both know that this dog ain't living forever. But what they're doing is they got it written up in this wealthy person fell in love with this dog, or just the very essence of the animal touched this wealthy person, and they made this German Shepherd, his name and all that stuff. They made him a multimillionaire. There's a dog that's a multimillionaire. But what they did is that clearly dogs, they pass on. They don't live forever. But what they do is they go get another German Shepherd, the same breed, the same dog. They might be, hell, for all we know, they might be taking samples of the dog DNA and cloning him. But if you go to YouTube and search up millionaire dog, you'll see what I'm talking about. So these people are leaving the money to the animals before they leave it to their own children, because they know that their children are selfish. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And to leave them an enormous amount of money will be to their detriment. And in these parents' mind, they feel like they're saving their children. So, family, this is a great video that my son sent, and I just wanted to share it with you. And I just want to let you know that, you know what? Yes, generational wealth, that is great. But legacy is even stronger. And we as black folk have got to learn that. We as black folk got to understand what black excellence is. What black excellence is. To be black and to be excellent, that's what it's all about. Remember, family, wasn't too long ago that we was once kings and queens and rulers and gods and goddesses. But unfortunately, we've lost our way. And until we find our way, we're going to always keep taking L's. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.